Welcome back to Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you come find the tools to change the rules. Welcome back to the show. This is going to be a really interesting show. Right now we are in Cozumel, Mexico, and I'm just getting off of the Carnival Freedom. We're going to have a lot of amazing resources, and we're also going to be having amazing guests, so I'm sure that you're going to really enjoy it. So let's just get started with our first section of the show, which is going to be handy bookmarks. Welcome back to Handy Bookmarks. Today I have some really very interesting resources that are going to be very useful to you. The first one is going to be a plugin for WordPress that is called TubePost. This one is great. You can just get it at the URL, which is just showing right now on your screen. And let me tell you what TubePost does. Basically, sometimes getting good content for your blog is a little bit difficult. So what this plugin does is you just click a button, and what it will be doing is it will be going to YouTube, finding videos which are relevant to the keyword that you are actually trying to rank on the search engines on your blog, and it will just put them on to different pages on your blog, so that actually there will be different posts that it will be creating on that specific topic. It will be taking the tags, it will be taking away all the great information that they are having already in YouTube, and then the post will not be actually immediately posted into your website, but they will be scheduled for random times. And then what you will do is you will just go into the into your WordPress dashboard, and then you can check, well, you know, I mean, all the videos which are correctly chosen, all the videos which are very relevant, and then you can keep them, and then they will be posting at the schedule that TubePost has actually given to them, which is completely random. And what it will also do is the ones that you don't want, you can just get rid of them. So it is a great way to get fantastic video content for your site on a very fast way. It's not a very expensive plugin, and I think you definitely need to get your hands on this plugin. The second great resource that I want to share with you is called Upload Screenshot. And you can go to uploadscreenshot.com to find out this plugin. And the way that this plugin works, and this is not a plugin for WordPress, but now this is a plugin for your Firefox browser. You will install it, and it will create a little icon that will be there on your browser all the time. And whenever you will find something that is worth keeping, you can just click that button. It will take a picture, a screenshot from whatever you took a picture, and then you have the option to either save it in your computer or actually send it to somebody with a URL that Upload Screenshot will create for you. Very useful, and I think you're going to find it that it's going to be so easy to actually share stuff. Also for Pinterest, this is a great idea. You can just take pictures and then immediately upload them into Pinterest. So that's another great use that you can be having with Upload Screenshot. The next resource that I'm going to be sharing with you is a resource that everybody's normally using. Well, I mean, I have such a big document, how can I actually send it to you? So of course you have Dropbox and you have all sorts of things, but anyway, if you need to send something very fast to somebody on a very easy way, and of course for free, you can use a website that is called bytebytes.com. Bytebytes.com can offer these great services, and I think it's just absolutely brilliant. I use it not very often, but whenever I need to send something and I don't have to be checking with passwords for Dropbox, etc., I use bytebytes.com. Now, the next resource I think you're also going to find very, very useful. I do not know if you, for example, have meetings which are done through Uvu or through Skype or virtual meetings that possibly you're having on the phone or whatever, and somebody needs to take minutes of the meeting, right? Well, this is a very useful service for that. It is called minutes.io, and in minutes.io you will find a way on how to write very nice looking and very professional looking minutes with to-do tasks and everything all integrated. It's a free service, and I think you're going to find it very, very useful. And to finish, I have one last resource that is called tagmydoc.com. I love this service. I use it. I started to use it recently, and I thought it was just absolutely genius. I will not explain to you what this service does because I have a short little clip that will be explaining to you in about a minute what this service does. So let's just watch this video from tagmydoc.com, and then we're going to be going to the next section of the show, which is going to be triple your internet intelligence.
At first, they ran. And ran. And ran. Until they got a horse. Then along came the mail. The printer. Email. Mobile devices. Sharing documents had never been easier. Until now. Introducing a new way to share documents. Tag My Doc. Tag My Doc allows you to automatically add a QR code on a document, either directly from your phone or from your computer. When you print it, the document will be the same as the original, except for this. When you want to share it, no need to ask for everyone's email. Simply have them scan the document and poof, it will download directly onto their device. Tag My Doc stores all your documents in the cloud, so they are accessible everywhere in the world from any device. And with multiple robust security features, you'll never need to worry about anything. If you make changes to the document you originally uploaded, no problem. Upload the new version on tagmydoc.com and have everyone scan the original one. Bye-bye email. Hello, Tag My Doc. Scan. Get the doc. Try it now. It's free.
On today's episode, I have a really good friend of mine and somebody which I'm sure that you're going to really appreciate all the great resources and tools that he's going to be talking about. As we were saying, we are right now in Cozumel, Mexico. So we can see just the ships behind and the beautiful, beautiful setting. And now also let me introduce you to my good friend, Mitch Carson. Mitch is a legend in the world of marketing. He is very well known for in the past for what they call the lumpy mail. Actually, he was the one that came up with, if I'm not saying it correctly, you have to tell me.
Well, dimensional mail and using those unique mailing programs in order to get things open.
Exactly.
To get the sales letter read.
Exactly. So in other words, for example, I mean, you will put something which is a little bit lumpy in your envelope, and then you will send it, and of course, because it's something lumpy, people will actually just open it to find out what's inside.
Piquing the curiosity.
Piquing the curiosity, that's correct. And right now, he's an SEO expert, and he's also fantastic in helping you become a celebrity. So, Mitch, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
It is great to be enjoying some time here in Cozumel. We're having a great time.
Estamos aquí en México. Qué bueno.
Exactamente. So let me just go straight to the contents. I've been hearing some of the great stuff that you're doing with SEO, search engine optimization. Would you be so kind in sharing with me some of your favorite tips and resources that you can actually get people to implement on SEO?
Sure. Well, I mean, number one is that if you content, there are two components to SEO. One is on page, making sure that you have all the on page elements that Google looks at, very important. And number two is off page, which deals with all your backlinks, your press releases, how others are talking about you, because when you get ranked in Google organically, which is the unpaid component, when someone looks for a search engine result page, it is a popularity contest. Who's talking about you the most? That's what links are comprised of. Who's talking about you? Who has endorsed you, given you testimonials that this is a good resource for aprons, for a dentist, for a lawyer, whatever business you're in. Someone has talked about you, therefore Google wants you to rank higher, rewards you for ranking more highly. So the best thing I can say for on-page SEO, without getting too technical here, is blogging. If you blog on a regular basis, and what do I mean by regular basis? A minimum of 3 times per week, you're going to outrank someone who only blogs once a week by 20 times.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the most recent findings I heard from HubSpot, that's one of the resources I look at, did this research and found that. And Marketing Profs also echoes those results. So on page, blog at least 3 times a week, and you'll garner 20 times more credit, popularity from Google than if you do not blog, or if you're only blogging once a week. So that's important, and to interact, respond to the posts in which others comment on your posts.
Yeah,
and if you interact with them, they consider, okay, this is live content, and they look at it very favorably. So that is the very basic minimum for on-page SEO.
Yeah, great. Obviously, I mean, the name of the show is Amazing Websites, and I know that you know about some fantastic resources that you were actually mentioning a little bit earlier. Would you mind just sharing, let's say, 2 or 3 of your great resources that people can just go and find out?
Well, here's another example. One of the things is I'm a platinum subscriber to PR Web. It's a Vocus company, a publicly traded company called Vocus in the United States, prweb.com if you want to look at this. And I subscribe to the platinum press release packages. Now I use a press release each month for each of my sites. And the reason is it gets SEO results rapidly, and we want that. It doesn't stay there for too long because you've got to do a combination of factors. It can't just be a cannon. This is a cannon, and then you wipe out a little bit of the troops, and you've got to use other weapons while you're in there. So the PR Web is great, and opt for using video embedded in your press release, because the results prove 22% more on-page viewership when you embed video into your press release. Press releases itself are great when used strategically and set up a press release calendar, so that's important. And embedding press releases, which is something that PR Web offers, they're the source I use. There are many press release sources, but that little bump will garner more credibility and more traffic is what we're after, how to monetize what we do. So put a press release once a month into your calendar and have an aggressive backlinking campaign. And there are so many ways to do that. I mean, that could in itself be a whole video, but backlinking is key. And then I would say the third that's important is there's a measure by SEO Moz, SEOmoz.org. If you want to look at that as a resource, it's something I subscribe to on a monthly basis. The importance of this is it probably, and this is the supposition, most probably mirrors the algorithm of Google. And what they use as their criteria for evaluation on their algorithm, backlinks, Facebook, and Facebook likes and shares. Meaning if your page is liked, your business page is liked, and virally if you comment, someone comments on your post and then shares it with other people, that gives a lot of value and gives a lot of traction to your Facebook shares. Twitter, you've got to tweet, and you must, if you're smart, use Google +1. That's the new social media program from Google, and it does make logical sense. Okay, Facebook is huge. Google is still the big gorilla. When people say go Google something, go Google it. And Google is going to pay a lot more attention and give greater credibility to its own properties. And people say, well, what about LinkedIn? What about StumbleUpon? I mean, I can go into those are all important, but they're the minor players. I gave the major players. Get on Facebook, tweet on a regular basis, blog on a regular basis, and make sure you get on Google +1 and start getting into the circles with people.
Fantastic.
Because those are the key. If you do that, you're going to outrank most people in most niches, except for the most competitive. If you wanted a weight loss product, you got to do it all, and that's days of explanation of how to do that. But for most people in their niches, those tools alone, if they do that on a regular basis, follow that simple program, they are going to obliterate their competition.
Fantastic. Mitch, just very quickly, can you, we have about, every week, this show has about 2,500 viewers, and I'm sure that you would like them to connect with you, so can you just tell us where they can actually connect with you?
You can email me. I love email because I travel a lot, and I see Ernesto, for example, all over the world in different spots, sometimes English speaking, Spanish speaking, but you can find me, Mitch Carson at rocketmail.com. That's my direct email address. Best way to find me. Mitch Carson, M-I-T-C-H-C-A-R-S-O-N at
you can just see it here.
rocketmail.com. Yes, you can see it right there. And
just there.
Just here, okay. But that's the best way to get in touch with me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
De nada.
And now it's time that we go to our featured presentation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Getting an amazing education is a must, but going to classes and listening to boring teachers can be very painful and expensive. Luckily, we have the internet, but it is so hard to find courses that are high quality, cheap, and easily accessible. Not anymore, thanks to Udemy. Udemy is the online academy for you. At Udemy, you can find hundreds of great courses from world-class instructors. You can learn stuff like how to create awesome demo videos cheaply, how to program in Python, Ruby, or HTML, how to start your own company, even how to wiggle your feet to the rhythm of salsa. But what if you want to teach others what you know? No problem. Udemy makes it super easy to create your own course in a few steps. Just create an account for free, give your course a name, upload all your content in any format, video, audio, PowerPoint, Word, PDF, publish it, and voila! It's now accessible to anyone, at any time, all over the world. You can even set a price for your course so you can make some money. Learn anything, teach anything at Udemy, the Academy of You.
Once again, we are here in Cozumel, Mexico. And we have a very, very interesting guy that we knew each other already for a while. However, we had not really connected live, but we have been connected in Facebook for a while. His name is Donnan, and he's a really knowledgeable guy in marketing, in branding, and some of the stories that he has been sharing with me are just absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm very happy to have you here in the show. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thanks, Ernesto.
It's great to be here. Can you possibly tell our audience a little bit about what you do? Because I think it's quite interesting, the branding part, the marketing part.
Okay, I generally tend to focus a lot on where marketing strategy begins. And I guess the most important thing for me when thinking about online marketing is the power of the brand. And what I mean by that is really the behavior of the consistency of the message, the content, the quality, and the frequency by which you're able to demonstrate on a regular basis to your consumers that you're something of value, that you'll give something of value. A bit like this show. Consistent conformance to ever-increasing expectations, if you can write that down, is the perfect definition of a power brand.
Can you say it again? Because I think it really makes a lot of sense.
Well,
I'm even going to write it down here because I think it's
sure.
perfect.
A brand is just a mark. It's just some distinguishing symbol or something that says what it's about. And anything can have a brand. But only a power brand can really have true value and true meaning when it comes to online and offline marketing. So a power brand is simply consistent conformance to ever-increasing expectations.
Fantastic
which
definition.
means that every time you interact with this brand, you know what you're going to get and it matches what you expect it to do and takes you a little bit further each time. So you can start to trust it. The relationship with the brand becomes strong, and the relationship for you on what it does for you is really quite important. So when I think about branding and I think about its application to online marketing, it's really important because it's all about projection of image. It's all about the way you communicate with your consumer and your list and your database. You've got to think about yourself and everything you do, including this video, as a brand.
Exactly. So, I mean, what would be some great internet brands that you know about that? I mean, that are easy for us to see and also for the audience to understand this.
There's no specific thing. I mean, I guess the best brands have a mixture of at least thinking about offline and online marketing. So I know online marketing are things like SEO Moz, for example. That's a great online brand that consistently delivers what it says on the tin. Another resource I use when I'm thinking strategically about things for my clients is something like e-consultancy. And those brands do what it says on the tin. They deliver consistently, they conform to what I expect it to be, which is why I'll keep going back to use that particular resource. So these internet brands are really quite important when you're looking for longevity. If it's a one-hit, it's called a campaign, it's a product launch, it's a one-hit wonder. This isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ongoing relationship. And ongoing relationships and relationships marketing is where the puck is going to be. You know, like the best players don't play with the puck, they play in the space where the puck's going to be. Well, relationships marketing is the thing of where marketing is going to be. And online is the most powerful way that you can deliver that. So I always think about what's my consistent message going to be, how can I deliver that in the right way, and of course internet marketing is beautiful for being able to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. Well, you mentioned already a couple of resources, but I think for me what is really very important is actually try to find out what the experts are actually using on a regular basis so that we can let our audience know about it. So would you have a couple of really very good resources that you use on a regular basis?
Well, I do, and I tell you what, actually just thinking off the top of my head, I've got some templates that I use when I'm sitting with clients to help them think about what their strategy can be, to help them think about how they get the entire picture of what their marketing is likely to be. And those are not resources I find online, they're actually my own resources. So what I'd like to do is, for the guys that are here, is if I get you the link of some of those templates, I'll happily share them.
Absolutely.
They can download
we will
them.
Just do the,
You're going to put them on the link here below. So if you go on this link here, it's about 10 templates that I would use, and I follow that religiously with all my clients.
That is
I've
great.
got corporate clients, I've got entrepreneur clients. You guys can have that resource. There's two parts to it. One part explains how to use them, and if you just fill them in, it'll take your brain to different places. And then all you need to do then is when you fill them in, lay it all out on your kitchen table and think, okay, what's my message? How am I going to get this across?
That's great.
So I'm happy to share that with everybody, and you can have that. That's my gift, because what's really important is that you get successful, right? It's about relationship.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Mark, it's been a pleasure having you on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me hum.
Thank you.
There is great stuff happening at places around you all the time. Mostly you'll never hear about it because word of mouth is too slow and the web is too random. But with Roams, you'll never miss out on local gems again. How? The crazy scientists at Roams have created a super powerful app that filters through the noise to show you places that you're interested in. The more you use it, the more it learns about you and the smarter it gets. So no matter where you are, Roam is your personal tour guide to what's going on around you. Imagine you're stuck at home and your kids are bored out of their brains. You fire up Roams and find out that other parents have discovered a local fair down the road. Poof! You take your kids there to burn off the sugar. Imagine you find yourself in a new part of town looking for somewhere great to eat. You fire up Roams and see the locals have just discovered the perfect pizza at a great little Italian restaurant, and it's only a block away. Never miss out on good times and great places. Roams. Be a local.
Well, this pretty much wraps it up for the day. Once again, this is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you can find the tools to change the rules. See you next week. Bye-bye.